Hey y'all, thank you so much for tuning in today. This is going to be an unscheduled thing because it's a little story time with Shrapnel shorty. Because something happened to me on the way home last night and I thought it'd be amusing for you guys to hear. Okay, so this is Story Time with Shrapnel, The Journey from Hell. So anyone who knows me knows that I drive a beat up old 4x4 everywhere. I've had it for 15 years. It's been called things like Shrapnel's Barbie car, the Canyonero, all sorts of names. It's big, it's red, it's old, and it's loud. And among other things, it's always got something wrong with it. Well, recently I took it for its MOT, which is the British test to see if it's roadworthy. And when it went through, all they said was, your check engine light's on. Which is the least amount of feedback I have ever had from an MOT. They did mention that my brakes were binding a little bit, but not excessively. I think they were lying about that because my brakes ain't binding, they're grinding. But other than the brakes issue, they didn't mention any corrosion, any issues, any problems whatsoever, other than the check engine light, which when I took it back for them to fix, apparently they turned it off, it stayed off, it was fine. Well, I was driving home last night, a little bit of rain, nothing major. I'm happily driving along. I can hear the brakes getting worse and worse and worse, and they go from grinding when I'm slowing to grinding when I'm going, which is quite concerning to me. So I'm probably going to be putting the car in somewhere else soon to get the brakes fixed. But anyway, that's not the main issue here. What was happening was as I was approaching a roundabout, I was slowing down, the brakes were grinding, the engine light was on again. You know, the car was having a bad time. When I hear a ting, 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 ting behind me, and I'm like, hold on a minute, that's new. Now, one thing I've learned on my car is that new noises ain't always bad, but often are. So naturally, the first thing I do is find a safe spot to pull over, get out the car, and have a look what's going on. What's making this noise? I go around the back, and this is what I find. That's right, folks, my exhaust has fallen off. Well, it's still hanging on by a bit, but I'm like, well, that's new. So I take a photo, send it to the wifey, and I'm like, yeah, I've had a bit of an issue on the way home. I'm going to see if I can get it off and carry on. And I reach down, grab the exhaust, and it literally comes off in my hand. It's currently sitting in the footwell of my car. So my figuring is, it's off now, it's no biggie. It's just the muffler and the back half of the pipe. It's not major. So I go back, get back in the car, tell the other half I'm going to carry on, start the engine. So my car normally sounds like your average, smallish 4x4, a bit loud, a bit grumpy, because it's 15 years old. But when I start it this time, I'm not joking, it sounds like I got a V8 under the hood. I mean, I think I just started a goddamn tank when that thing got going, and I'm like, that's definitely new. But I'm figuring, it's just because I've lost the muffler, it's no biggie, I'll carry on my way. So I get going again, I get going up really steep hill, no worries. And I need to pop into Asda just to pick up some things. So I pop into Asda, park up, the brakes grind to a halt. It sounds horrific. I'm like, I hope didn't anyone see that. And I chuck on my mask, go into the store, pick up a few things, including some Ritz crackers, and head to the till. Now here's where part 2 of my nightmare starts. So you start scanning things through quite happily. Milk goes through, cans of Monster go through, random chocolates go through, pick up the cheddars. They don't scan. And I'm like, why ain't these things scanning? What's going on here? So I take a look, and this is what appears. That's right, folks. There's only half a barcode on these crackers. So I'm like, crap nuts. Well, I really need these because the other half likes them. So I press a little button to call for assistance. Little light comes on, happy days. I'm just waiting. Doom, 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 bum, bum. The assistant comes off, and before I can say anything, she swipes the card, punches in a code, and walks away. She's turned the light off. And I'm like, okay. So I press the button again to ask for assistance. And bum 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 bum. Same lady comes along, swipes the card, pushes the code in, and walks away again. I'm like, oh. So I still can't scan these bloody crackers. So I press the button a third time. Light goes on. Lady comes over, and I see her go to swipe the card again. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Check this out. And I show her the crackers. I'm like, there's only half a barcode. I can't scan it. And she looks at me and she's like, oh, okay. And goes off to go get another packet to scan. And I'm like, okay, no worries. I'll scan the rest of my stuff. And she'll be back soon. Yep, she'll be back soon. Dum bum 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 bum. Well, maybe 10 minutes later, she returns with the crackers, and I'm like, so, can I scan the crackers? And she scans them through fine. I pay, I pick up my bags, and I leave, head back to my car. You know, it's pissing down with rain by now. Get in the car, start the engine. The windscreen wipers start squealing, the light blinks on. I put it in gear, and off we go in my tank, which is grinding away on its dead brakes. And I'm just like, I hate this car. Which is ironic because actually I really love the damn thing. The thing survived 15 years with me and I'm not a gentle driver. You know, that thing's been crashed into trees, fortresses, other cars, people, you name it, it's hit it. So, you know, the fact that it survived 15 years with me is a bloody miracle. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this story time with Shrapnel. I hope you had a good laugh at my expense. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, smash that notification button. Drop in the comments below whether you've had any interesting incidents with your cars. Other than that, you all take care, you have a good evening, and I'll see you in the next video. Ta-ra! Okay, so anyone don't know, some comments in it, yeah.